I'm often asked why people don't get the help they need. And the reality is there are really three barriers to people getting the help they need. The first one is too much information. I call it maybe the Google issue. And the reality is anytime there's an issue today or a problem, people immediately go to the internet and say, what's the issue? I can find the solution. Unfortunately, today, there's too much information. If you put the word marijuana in there, for instance, there's 135 million pieces of information. So we're overwhelmed with information. And most of the people we work with don't even know what questions to ask. It all looks good, and they're drawn one way or the other. That's one barrier. Our solution to that barrier is to be able to call us. We have staff that are trained to help you find the information you need, to find the program that you need to go to. Some people say, well, you mean you refer to other people? Absolutely. You know, the miracle on 34th Street that talks about where Santa goes and says, go to Gimbel's, that's what we want to be. We want to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. So our idea of that is give you the questions you need, give you a direction to go. We want to give you hope, even if we're not the right place. The second barrier is embarrassment. How many people don't get the help they need because I can't afford to have my business partner know, my neighbor know? What if people knew my marriage was a mess? What would happen if they knew my son was addicted to meth? You know, that would have an effect on me. So we have people that are waiting. And they come to me and they call me when their child's 17 and a half. I call my 17 and a half year rule. And I say, why do they come to me then? It's because they know in 6 months the gig is up. They have no more control of that child. He's an adult now, or she's an adult. And they come to me and they wait so long. And we work with them. But can you imagine my success I would have if I work with them at 16 or 15 or 14 or 12? And one of the things we do to overcome that barrier is we actually will come into the home and to work with that child or that family or that marriage, and no one even knows we're there. I had a doctor once ask me about his son and says, what would you do? And I'd say, we'd come into your home to work with him and your whole family. You're a team. You've got to work together. His last question to me was interesting. He goes, Mark, I have one last question. Do I have to sit in a waiting room? I wanted to say absolutely, because I have an 86-year-old mother that I have to sit in a waiting room when I go to the doctor all the time. But I said no. He goes, how quickly can you be here? Embarrassment. And the last one's pride. It's probably the hardest. You know, you're so proud that you will never get the help. You'll never let yourself get the help that's needed. And what we've done is we have a thing called coaching. And I love coaching because it puts a little different twist on the idea of counseling. And coaching is accepted. You know, professionals get coaching for leadership. My sons have got coaching for, pitching, for their golf swing. I mean, we have coaching all the time. It's an accepted term. And rather than fight this whole battle, our goal is to be able to provide that person who's kind of prideful with an alternative that's going to help them. Coaching for his family, coaching for addictions, and what's interesting is all three of those solutions are overcoming the barriers that we're seeing.